Hi Sagittarius, welcome back to Wandering Magic. This is going to be your September 2022 message for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And if you don't know what they are, forget I said that. If you're watching this, you must be a Sagittarius. At least you know your sun sign. Moving on from that. The song I got. Darn, it flew out of my head. Darn, I'm sorry. It'll come back to me. Darn. If I can't hear the song anymore. Okay. Family in reverse is your overall energy for September, so don't fret. There's something here involving either like something had to do with children. If you don't have children, hang tight. But if you do have children and they're like older, check in with them, see how they're doing. They may be going through some type of situation that is not making them happy. If you have younger children, this is something like a wrench being thrown in the plan, meaning I don't know why I just heard custody battle. Sorry. But okay. Something not quite working out, so and you need a new babysitter, or arrangements for after school or something like that with youngsters. For others of you, the idea of what you feel is family is changing, and I really feel like that's the overarching theme here, is how you see family and what you think family is. I'm getting the way that you used to see things is starting to take a shift. And it feels like this should have been something that you did like a long time ago, but you were just kind of like in your ignorance is bliss state. And so you were just kind of like ignoring it. Like just instead of getting the dustpan out to put the dust under the rug, instead of putting the dust in the dustpan, you put it under the rug. But now you're moving furniture around, and now you got a big pile of dust underneath of the rug, and you're starting to see, I should have faced this. I should have cleaned this up a long time ago, and now it's kind of like I have to do double the work. Okay. You also have moon water and crystal ball in reverse. So what does that mean? A cleanse. Some of you need to get cleansed again, I heard. So, but also cleansing is cleaning house, literally and figuratively. Like, again, cleaning up the way that you used to think about things, revamping the way that you think. It's not a bad thing. It just takes adjusting, There may be more information that you need, so don't panic. Some of you are also waiting for a letter or need to get documents. A reminder that Mercury is in retrograde. Do not sign those papers. Okay. There's things that you don't know behind the scenes that are at work, and you need to remember that. Remain hopeful, and continue to glow. I'm getting that you are working on self. I'm getting like glow up energy, but things happen that kind of like knock you off your horse, right? So you're in that confident Sagittarius energy, and then suddenly, the horse goes buck and you go flying through the air. And now you're kind of in the flying through the air stage, and you're like, oh my God, I'm going to break my bone. But then you actually land on something really soft and everything's fine. I mean, it still hurt because you just kind of flew in the air and landed, but, it's not as bad of an impact as you thought it was going to be. Hopefully that makes sense. Your foundations are being rocked or challenged. 444. So again, challenging the way that you see structure, challenging the way that you viewed things in the past. That's what I feel your lesson in Mercury retrograde is. These September readings are turning into Mercury retrograde readings, and I'm totally fine with that. Because Mercury is going to be in retrograde pretty much, no, not pretty much, all of September and the beginning of October. So you have for your Kipper message, toil and labor, journey, and marriage. So some of you, again, changing the dynamic of how you see family. So either because of these two cards, the journey and toil and labor, this is trying to find a partner or separating from the partner. But either way, it's been a hell of a journey, and you're just like, do I continue to work on this or do I give up? Right? Some of you are stuck in situations because you feel like you have to be, because the way you view family is one way, but because that's starting to change, there's like that resistance, but you're being asked not to resist the change that is coming. Stability will find its way, but because you're feeling like you need stability, that means you're right now living in the imbalance. You're living in the instability. You're living through the rocky waters, right? I just saw somebody like in a canoe and they're just trying to get through, and they're just like, oh my gosh, and then like they lose one of their paddles or something, and so they kind of gotta row with just one. It's a whole thing. It's a mess. And you're just like, I just want to get to land, but you can't. You got to get through the water first, and that's kind of what you're experiencing. So September is going to take you through some of those rocky waters, but just know that it will get calm, and then you'll get to shore. Okay? Something that you thought was the ending is coming back. Something that made you independent, something that you grew from, and finding things out, getting answers to things and seeing things differently. Again, perspective change. Changing perspective because you found something out, you see how this is going, and now it's time for a change. And then you got the Six of Cups in reverse. So back to nostalgia, something from the past kind of boomeranging back. Same thing. The ending that you thought was coming or was there is actually not an ending. Something is actually going to propel forward. Something is going to happen to interfere with the change. I'm also getting for some of you that if you're struggling with work, figuring out the journey and mapping that out and seeing how that's going to play out, because a lot of you are not in your dream job right now. So speaking of, we have the Crossroads card here. We have the Two of Swords. I'm going to get the energy on either side of each of those swords. So what's on one side? There it is. And what's on the other side? What is on the other side of the Two of Swords? Interesting. For lack of a better word. I don't like saying the word interesting, but it pops out. So on one side of the card, you have the Lover's reverse. It could involve a Gemini, doesn't have to be. Could also involve a Pisces, doesn't have to be. A Libra, perhaps. But I'm also, earlier when I did this, I felt like I was hitting a gavel, and then Justice card is here. So something about adjudication or adjudication in general, about the court system, but I'm going to pull separately on that. Let's get back to what's on what you're torn, essentially what you're torn about. We have, do I commit to this or do I not? There's also a fear of abandonment, feeling left out, feeling a little salty, feeling like that didn't quite pan out the way I wanted it to. I also heard they must not love me, but that's not true. There's a reason behind whatever is happening right now. Let's see what's going on with the Justice card. It doesn't seem like it's an injustice at all, actually. So let's see what the Justice card is all about. We have the Knight of Swords, again with learning. Something about the learning and the journey of, I feel like you're changing your ways a little bit. That's interesting. The Queen of Wands is in reverse, which is to me the Sagittarius energy. Feeling a little bit stuck, feeling watch your actions. I'm giggling because I see you kind of being petty or having this like tit for tat energy, so just be careful with that, because you don't want that karma to come back to you. You need to be focusing on yourself, focusing on the right thing, focusing on your family, focusing on how can you succeed and naturally have your family succeed with you, right? This is about, I'm getting like a winner. I was just trying to think. The Champ is here. Is that, no, that was Capricorn. I wonder if it has also to do with a Capricorn since that song came to me. But anyway, so future energies, we have Moth and the Bride of Frankenstein in reverse. So again, change, but then how funny, Bride of Frankenstein, right? How funny, and there's a bride. Again, watch people's intentions around you. Someone may try to be malicious, but I feel like they're acting out of fear, right? Remain vulnerable, because this is ultimate change for the better. Vulnerable. Remain open. Okay. Receptive and surrender to the universe. Your angel messages are abundance if you believe, and peaceful resolution. Come on. Abundance is not just money, but it's also love. Remember, reevaluating jobs too. If you believe. So continue to have the faith, and there will be a peaceful resolution. I do feel like something is going to work in your favor, just not in September. So just keep working, actively working toward it. You know what I'm talking about. So keep working toward that, and there'd be nothing to worry about. There'd be nothing to fear. And don't act out of fear, okay? All right, watch your sun, moon, and rising for any additional messages, and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye.